Okay, let's talk about a few things, shall we? How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk a little bit more about the quote-unquote Citi Bike Karen case. Now, don't nobody get offended. Oh, ABL, that's an anti-white slur. Look, I'm not using the term quote-unquote Citi Bike Karen. That's just what she's being called on the internet. Her name is Sarah, and the young man's name is Michael. Now, before I even go any further into it, we know the whole story. There was a dispute over an e-bike in Manhattan, New York City. There's a 17-year-old young black man and a 36-year-old 6-month pregnant white woman. The race to me is irrelevant. I don't care about race. A lot of you guys do. I don't care about race, but that's where we are now. I think the story has gotten really big because of the whole race element. And to get that out of the way first, I don't think that Sarah is a racist. I think that she was just 6 months pregnant, frustrated, wanted to get on the e-bike really badly, and the kids weren't letting her. And I think the 17-year-old did not want to relinquish his e-bike, and that was that. It was a dispute. Some are going to say that she was wrong for hopping on the bike that he was touching and just trying to take it. And then some are going to say that he was wrong for trying to, quote unquote, hoard or hog the bike that was docked that should have been available for anybody to take. There's a dispute there. Some are going to be on one side. Some are going to be on the other. Some see it down the middle. Ultimately, this whole thing got resolved right there on the street, because if you watch the full video, one of the 17-year-old's buddies gave up his bike. He was sitting on the bike, not docked. He put it in the dock, and then she was able to take it. Matter of fact, hold on. Before I go any further into it, let's refer back to the original video. If you want to see it, you know where it's at. Link in the box. Also, link in the bio, IG. Without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
No, record him. Help me! Please help me!
So like I said from the beginning in the first video, there's a dispute, okay? Michael says that he did not leave the bike unattended when he put it into the rack, and he racked it because if you go above 45 minutes, you got to pay a higher fee for the bike. So the whole purpose was to rack it and then unrack it to restart the clock. And let's talk about that for a moment before we go any further. Now, the whole thing about racking the bike, you see, you have a membership that you can sign up for the Citi bikes. You have two different prices. Well, there's more than two, but two main ones, right? Matter of fact, let's do that first before we get into the video, because that was a thing. People said that, oh, he's gaming the system. He's cheating the system. No, he's not. He's just following the rules. Now, you guys might not be able to see this, but when you have a membership to the Citi bike thing, okay, you are able to get certain benefits, right? So let's focus on this one right here, the $205 per year. All right. That's about 17, 18 bucks a month. And if that's wrong, let me know in the comments. Now, you get with this membership right here, the 18, 17 bucks a month. Here are some of the benefits. You get free bike unlocks. The e-bike prices are 17 cents a minute, and the ride times are 45 minutes. Now, what does that mean? Well, what that means is you get unlimited rides for 45 minutes, even on the full membership right there. Unlimited rides, 45 minutes. If you go above the 45 minutes, then you have to pay this money right here for the e-bikes. If that's wrong, y'all let me know in the comments, but that's kind of what I'm getting right here. You get unlimited 45-minute rides. All right. Now, here's what the young man was on. Okay, his membership. Since he's low income, 17 years old, in high school. And then some said, oh, he should have had a job, ABO. 17 years old in high school. I had to fight to get a job when I was in high school. My mom didn't let me work when I was in high school until the very end when I was able to get a job. I only had 2 classes in my second semester of senior year. I had a summer job before my 12th grade senior year, but I couldn't have one that continued on into the fall semester. I had to wait until the end of my spring semester when I only had 2 classes. But that's a different story. So check it out. Now, this membership costs $5 a month versus the 17 bucks a month for the full price. Okay. And it's the same thing here. Unlimited free 45-minute classic rides, which is the same thing on the full membership. So everybody does a whole 45-minute thing. People said that, oh, he's gaming the system for riding the bike for less than 45 minutes to get it for free? Well, first of all, he's paying a membership, $5 a month, 60 a year, 17 years old with no money, low income, number one. Number two, that's what the rules state. So if he rides a bike for 40 minutes and then docks it, should he not be able to do that? Like if 45 minutes, you dock it and then take it back off the thing. Is that wrong? Is that illegal? It don't say right here that it's illegal. So 6-minute e-bike rides compared to the higher price e-bike rides, I think 17 cents a minute, and his is 6 cents a minute. Okay. And then you get 5 free guest passes for the year for annual members, 1 a month, monthly members. All right. So that's the rules of the game. He's just playing the game. Now, again, there's a dispute between the two of them over the bike, and it eventually got resolved. I'm kind of want to go ahead a little bit in the video. Let's skip ahead and we're going to see the resolution.
You pulled it out?
This is my bike. It's on my account. Please move.
All right, so why don't we reset the bike?
I'm not resetting the bike.
It's his.
So he's saying it's his bike because he brought it from the Bronx to Harlem to Manhattan, although technically it's not his bike because he adopted. But I'll talk about that thing a little bit more a little bit later.
On your account.
This is my bike. Crying. She's crying. Stop thinking.
Now she's upset. She's crying. I'm not sure if she is or not, but she might be. Like I said, she's 6 months pregnant, 36 years old, hormonal. I understand. I get it.
Hey, stop touching me. I don't touch you.
Hold up.
Hey, stop touching me. Stop touching me.
Why don't you take this bike?
Stop touching me.
I will. I think.
So the other man right here is suggesting just take the other bike, because what happened was one of his friends was like, yo, just give her the bike. And then he was on his bike. You see, some of his friends are behind her with their bikes. They're not docked. I think all his friends did not have their bikes docked. Michael was the only one with his bike docked. That's why she went to his and just hopped on it, although he was still touching it, as he still is right here. She thought she could just go ahead and take it since it's an opportunity. Okay, he's not sitting on it. It's docked. I'm going to just go ahead and rent it. That is the wrong thing to do, in my opinion, just as him trying to hold on to it could be the wrong thing as well. But you know the classic saying, 2 wrongs will make a right. So
take it.
She goes right here. See, there's an identical bike right there. That's the e-bike. You see the electric symbol on it. You see the white paint, because that was the whole thing. She wanted that specific bike or one of their bikes because they all had the electric bikes, which are easier to pedal. And I think the other bikes that were available on the rack were the regular ones without the electric function. Okay. So she gets off of the bike that Michael was touching, and she gets onto the bike that the other young man had docked for her to get. It's simple. So the whole thing,
Baby gonna come out with
the whole thing was resolved right here on the scene. It was kind of a petty argument, kind of like a childish argument, like how you might have kids to say, oh, Johnny touched me, he touched me, all this and that, and in the back seat fighting over nothing. That's what this argument was to me, in my opinion. You got wrong on both sides. And like I said, some of you guys said watch other videos. You guys told me to watch Nate the lawyer, actual justice warrior Greg from DCP, and I watched their videos. Matter of fact, Nate the lawyer put out a video this morning saying some of the same things I said, talking about, well, she was kind of wrong because she took the phone and all this and that. There was wrong on both sides. I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. Now, let's talk about a few more things here. You guys are saying, let me come back to the video here. Matter of fact, let me come back so you can see me clearly. Some of you guys said, well, you look, the bike was docked. That should have been it. It was available to anybody. But that's not really how it works in the real world. I'm going to give you a scenario that I experienced in real life. And once I give my scenario, what would you do? Okay, give me what would your action have been to my scenario? Here goes. So this is a few years ago. I'm in the mall, ex-girlfriend and her 2 nieces, right? Now, we are trying to get one of these little buggies you can rent in the mall for the kids to ride in, right? You know the type they can kind of ride around. Maybe you can push it, something like that. You got to go to a kiosk to rent it. Now, when we go to the kiosk, there's a family standing right there. And I'm asking them, hey, are you guys in line? They're saying, yeah. But they're not doing anything. They're not actually renting the little buggies. They're just kind of standing there. Now, what could I do in this situation? Give me an honest answer and don't filibuster. A, can I just wait for them right there to see what they're going to do if they're going to rent the buggy? B, can I just walk away and come back and see if they're still there, if the buggies are still there? Or C, do I just go around them and hop the nieces on it because they're not actually renting it out and it's available to everybody? If you say C, you are a liar. You would never do that. What you're going to do is wait or walk away. That's what's going to happen. And that same thing could have happened right here. But what she did was pick option C, a thing that normally doesn't happen. Now, some are going to say, well, he was wrong for holding it. Maybe so. Maybe so. But you're not going to go around a person and just plop yourself on it and take it. That's not how things work in real life. That's what caused the conflict. You had two wrongs and they don't make a right. It's simple. Another example, if somebody's standing physically with their body in the parking space to hold it for somebody and you come up trying to park and they're right there, can you just try to keep going forward, revving your engine, running them off the way? Because technically it can't be right there. They're a human being, not in the vehicle. They can't hold that spot. But can you just run them over? Again, two wrongs don't make a right. That's all I'm saying. And at the end of the day, one of the young men was gracious and gave up the bike that he was on that was not docked. Okay, that was probably on his account that he pays for every month. He gave it up and let her have it. That was the end right there. That should have been the wrap. Rather than attacking all of them saying, oh, they're just miscreants and thugs and everything else, look at the resolution. It was solved. Now, there was an argument back and forth, but it's New York City. There's always arguments going on back and forth. Whoever put the video up there to try and frame her as a racist was wrong for that, because clearly not a racist, just frustrated, pregnant, trying to go back to the crib, trying to use an updated e-bike so it would be easy for her to pedal. A bike that everybody wants, not just pregnant ladies, but black, white, Puerto Rican, candy stripe, male, female, young, old. Everybody wants those brand new e-bikes at the bike dock, especially when there's no bikes on the dock or there's the old bikes on the dock that aren't as coveted. It's very simple. It ain't really nothing else to it. I stand on what I said. I'm right about that, because I guarantee you 99.9% of y'all would not just go around somebody when they're waiting in line. It's like if you were in line at a food restaurant and people are just sitting there giving the blank stare at the screen. They don't know what they want. You're going to just go around them and say, okay, I'm gonna order right now because they don't know what they want. You're going to wait or walk away. It's simple, because although they're not doing necessarily the right thing, you can't just go around and do something you can't just do that. That's not a thing that really happens in real life. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about this case? Do you think that I'm still wrong? Also, I almost forgot one thing. Some said I was going to get sued. I'm going to get sued. Me getting sued? Never, because I'm a pretty smart person. I know what I'm doing. This is just my opinion. I'm giving my opinion about what's going on. I'm not stating a thing as a fact. Okay. Now I can show you the video and point out some things that I think, that I believe, that I feel. I have the right, First Amendment, to express my opinion. Now, if I was to say a certain thing as a fact and it damaged her, then at that point it's called libel if I write it and slander if I say it. But I don't do any of that. You go to my article on the website, it's tagged opinion. I do that for a reason. I'm a very smart person. I say in my video, my opinion. I do that for a reason. I title myself political commentator. What does that mean? I give my commentary on politics. What does commentary mean? My opinion, my thoughts, my viewpoints, my perspective. It's very simple. So anybody getting sued for giving no personal opinion, okay? People talking about he's gaming the system. How is he gaming the system when the rules are right there in black and white? If you're following the rules, you're not gaming the system. That's the equivalent of somebody saying that somebody's a tax cheat when they literally follow the rules in the tax code to pay fewer money in taxes. It's not difficult to understand. Real simple. You know, people just want to pick their sides. Oh, I'm on the teenager side. I'm on the woman's side. And they're looking at the reality of the situation objectively without their personal bias into it. I do that all the time. I don't care about the race, gender, age, none of that. I look at things objectively for what it is and for what it ain't. Very simple. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.